President Kiir directs Warab Governor Bolwek to root lawlessness out of the state. Agriculture Minister Abdul Bagi stresses increased local food production to reduce dependency on food imports. Reopening of the National Parliament, initially scheduled for 9th June, has been postponed until further notice. Good evening and welcome to SSBC News, coming to you live from Juba. My name is Jacqueline Perino. Let's begin our bulletin with some Republican decrees. Republican Decree number 226 for the year 2025, relief of officials in Central Equatorial State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A, 2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of Laws and General Provisions Act 2006, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve officials in Central Equatorial State Government as hereunder. Honorable Agnes Odwar Aquilino, position Minister of Labor and Public Service, Party National Agenda. Honorable Rambo John Paul Isaac, Minister of Information and Communications, OPP. State Independent Commissions. Honorable Isaac Wari Alunai, Chairperson Human Rights Commission, National Agenda. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 227 for the year 2025, appointment of officials to Central Equatorial State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A, 2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint officials to Central Equatorial State Government as hereunder. State Ministers. Honorable Dominic Otuare Abondio, Minister of Labor and Public Service, National Agenda. Honorable Nyarsuk Patrick James, Minister of Information and Communication, OPP. State Independent Commission. Honorable Mustafa Karijo Boso, Chairperson Human Rights Commission, National Agenda. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 228 for the year 2025. Relief of a State Minister in Lake State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A, 2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of Laws and General Provisions Act 2008, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve Honorable John Thorn Quath Chol from his position as State Minister of Parliamentary and Legal Affairs in Lake State Government, representing National Agenda. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 229 for the year 2025. Appointment of a State Minister in Lake State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A, 2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint Honorable Dr. Martin John Mechek as State Minister of Parliamentary and Legal Affairs in Lake State Government, representing National Agenda. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 230 for the year 2025. Relief of officials in Upper Nile State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A-2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of Laws and General Provisions Act 2006, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve officials in Upper Nile State Government as hereunder. State Independent Commissions. Honorable Bushara Akuch Deng, Member Anti-Corruption Commission, National Agenda. County Commissioner. Honorable Charles Deng Bol, Commissioner, Malakal County, OPP. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 231 for the year 2025. Appointment of officials to Upper Nile State Government. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A-2A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby appoint officials to Upper Nile State Government as hereunder. State Independent Commissioners. Honorable David Deng Amo Majak, Member Anti-Corruption Commission, National Agenda. County Commissioner. Honorable Michael Otho Bol, Commissioner, Malakal County, OPP. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Republican Decree number 232 for the year 2025. Relief of a Minister. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 101D of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, read together with Section 38(1) of the Interpretation of Laws and General Provisions Act 2006, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby relieve Honorable Peter Marcello Nasser from his position as the Minister of Energy and Dams representing the SPLM-IO. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Declaration of state of emergency in Warab State for a period of 6 months. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A-3A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby declare state of emergency in Warab State for a period of 6 months from the date of issuance of this order due to inter alia the deteriorating security situation in the state. Issue under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Declaration of state of emergency in Mayom County, Unity State for a period of 6 months. Pursuant to the provisions of Article 106A-3A of the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan 2011 as amended, I, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, do hereby declare a state of emergency in Mayom County, Unity State, for a period of 6 months from the date of issuance of the order due to inter alia the deteriorating security situation in the county. Issued under my hand and the seal of the Republic of South Sudan in Juba, this 5th day of the month of June in the year 2025. Signed, Salva Kiir Mayardit, President, Republic of South Sudan, Juba. Now let's continue with our news. President Salva Kiir Mayardit has called on the people of Warab State from all walks of life to rally behind newly appointed Governor Ambassador Bolweka Goth in tackling the growing lawlessness in the region, particularly in the conflict-affected Tonj counties. The President issued the directive during Governor Ball's swearing-in ceremony, instructing him to prioritize peace, reconciliation, and national unity. SSBC's Alejandro Latok has the details.
In a renewed effort to bring peace to one of the country's most volatile states, President Kiir has reaffirmed his government's commitment to peace by swearing in Warab State's newly appointed governor, Ambassador Bolweka Goth. President Kiir acknowledged the revolving door of leadership in Warab, citing previous governors' struggles to restore order. He urged citizens across Tonj and beyond to support Governor Ball's leadership with open hearts and renewed hope.
Extraordinary yesterday and appointed a new governor. I hope he will succeed in discharging his duties, and I want my brothers and sisters in Tonj. I thought problems will be put down by somebody from Tonj. It has not succeeded, and so I will try the whole of Warab. Petarega, so Bolwek, you are now exemplary. It is up to you to succeed.
The newly sworn-in governor did not mince words about the task ahead, saying he will work tirelessly to reassert government authority and restore the rule of law. He appeals to the people of Warab in Juba and in the diaspora to act as ambassadors of peace.
I will do my best through your support and guidance, and actually, God willing, Warab is far behind, and I think anybody who is making trouble in Warab with them, the spoilers are in Juba or anywhere. Mr. President, you have appointed me. Give me your prayers and your guidance.
In a separate development, the President received a high-level briefing from Vice President for Service Cluster Josephine Joseph Lagu following a virtual meeting of African leaders focused on responding to the ongoing cholera outbreaks across the continent. VP Lagu says she also updated the President on key developments in the health and service delivery sectors, including preparations for the upcoming East African Health Scientific Conference scheduled for this month.
And this meeting was a routine meeting regarding a number of issues concerning my cluster, service delivery cluster. I briefed His Excellency about the African Union Zoom meeting, which we had yesterday, regarding a call to action by countries affected with cholera outbreak in the region. In this meeting, I represented His Excellency the President, and the meeting was attended by at least 11 heads of state, 2 vice presidents, and a deputy prime minister, among others. I also briefed His Excellency regarding a forthcoming health conference, East Africa Health Scientific Conference, postponed to the 27th to 29th of June.
The meeting covered broader developments within South Sudan service delivery institutions, highlighting ongoing projects and government efforts to improve access to essential services across the country. Alejandro Latok, SSB.
Turning attention to insecurity in Warrap State, newly appointed Governor Ambassador Bolweng Agoth has unveiled plans aimed at addressing persistent instability, particularly in Tonj counties. During a meeting with the Vice President for the Infrastructure Cluster, Taban Dengai, Governor Bol emphasized the urgent need to improve grassroots road connectivity, citing poor infrastructure as a major obstacle, noting that lack of accessible roads hampers swift intervention and response in conflict-prone areas. In response, Vice President Gai urged the governor to take the lead in efforts to curb rampant intercommunal violence and restore lasting peace in the region.
I had a good blessing from President, First Lady, and Vice President Taban, and I'm yet to meet other leaders. This is a great opportunity for me to have confidence and assurance of their support for my new assignment, and I take it seriously. I said without them, their support, professional support, intellectual support, political will, and material support, I cannot succeed. Together we will succeed. And I think General Taban Dengai is not new to me. He has been my superior, and I have many things to learn from him.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mandesi Mayakumba, met with Chinese Ambassador Mark Yang in Juba on Thursday, reaffirming both nations' commitment to strengthening ties. The high-level talks culminated in the signing of a significant memorandum of understanding. Under the agreement, China will provide a grant of 200 million yuan, approximately $27.5 million, to fund joint development projects mutually agreed upon by the two countries. The grant funds will be channeled through and managed by the respective ministries of finance of South Sudan and China for project implementation. Minister Kumba emphasized the government's dedication to deepening strategic partnership with China. Ambassador Mahian says China stands firm in its unwavering support for South Sudan. Government and the World Bank Group affirmed full commitment to develop education facilities across the country. This, they say, is part of the World Bank's government project that aims to provide and enhance access to inclusive and quality education for refugees and improve social cohesion between refugees and host communities. Emmanuel Juma compiles a report voiced by Mario Suleiman.
The National Ministry of General Education and Instructions and partners are working jointly to guarantee no child is denied access to education. Accordingly, the government and partners, particularly the World Bank Group, are coordinating activities in integrating refugees and internally displaced persons in the education system with their host communities. A joint delegation led by the Minister of General Education and Instructions, Dr. Kyog Abul Kyog, from the Ministry and the World Bank is touring Rang County to assist in infrastructural development program in a number of public schools and a teacher training center. David Lowella, Director General of Primary and Secondary School in the National Ministry of General Education, says Rang County is one of the counties hosting a large number of refugees, prompting the government to develop a strategy for providing comprehensive education service in areas hosting refugees.
Upper Nile, Rang County, is one of the places where it is thickly populated with refugees and returnees coming from Sudan. And then we cannot leave these children to go without education, because according to the report from county education director, he says a class is going over 200. A class is 45, 50 maximum. So we thank World Bank for this initiative together with the Ministry of General Education and Instruction to make constructions of schools or renovation of schools in this county.
Reng County Education's Director, Alier Kurshol, says the Department of Education in the county is focused on improving education generally, but especially technical education.
نحن كإدارة التعليم بالمقاطعة قاعدين نهتم وخاصة في الجوانب الفنية في التوجيه وفي مراقبة المعلمين. تصبروا لأن أنتم صبرتوا يمكن نسمع عشان لسنتين السنة الثانية في هذه المدرسة، والسنة الجاية لما تيجوا هتيجوا تلقوا المدرسة دي بصورة مختلفة.
The World Bank Group representative Aaron Kisha says the project includes school rehabilitations, teacher training, and financial incentives.
The project looks forward to rehabilitating 200 schools. The 200 schools will be in 6 states and 1 administrative area. There will be the component of rehabilitation of damaged infrastructure like classrooms, equipping with desks, which basically entails training of teachers that are able to offer quality education to the students. Because the project will support capitation grants for about 2 years. This will also support the payment of teachers, not necessarily payment in terms of salaries, but incentives.
Upper Nile State government seized the opportunity of this visit to appeal to the national government and development partners to support the education sector in the region. For SSBC News, Marius.
We're out for a short break, and when we come back, we'll look into a story from Lake State. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you have just joined us, you're watching SSBC News live from the capital, Juba. Crossing over to Rumbek, the capital of Lake State, food security authorities have begun implementing the Green and Resilient Agriculture and Climate Economy Project aimed at strengthening climate-resilient food system across Joybet County. The program, being jointly supported by the EU and the Norway, involves active participation from farmers, cooperative societies across Joybet County. National Minister of Agriculture Hussein Abdelbagi Akol emphasized the importance of boosting local food production to reduce dependency on food imports. SSBC's James Arusi reports.
National Minister of Agriculture Hussein Abdelbagi, who arrived in Rumbek, capital of Lake State, together with the Food and Agriculture Organization Country Director, took a trip to Joybet County, where they held a series of meetings with the representatives of farmers' cooperatives to collect information on the needs of farmers in the state. The issue of agricultural mechanization was raised, which is said would help farmers commercialize agriculture in the country. Marek Lueth, the head of Sunrise Farmers Cooperative, had this to say.
And some of them we have lack of modern equipment like tractor, dependent on external aid. We thank POW. POW has been supporting our farmers with the training, with the tools, and with the seeds. We also have infrastructure challenge. We don't have storage facilities, so that when we harvest, we store them for some months without challenges of pests and other diseases.
These farmers, through the current Green and Resilient Agriculture and Climate Economic Project funded by European Union together with Norway, are now counting profits associated with farming in the state. Being implemented by FAO, annual improved seed distribution and other agricultural inputs have increased food production for the grassroots farmers. Daniel Chigoz Marial is the chairperson of Junub Adik Farmers Cooperative Society in Choibet County.
Farming actually is the backbone of the country. Without farming, there will be no feeding in the country. And food security, right now, Lake State is secure. Once we get tractors, we can, at least what tractor does in a day is what Oxplow can do in 10 days. So if you provide us with the tractors, whatever number you will afford, then we will do more than what we have been doing this time.
Minister Hussein offered to gradually support these farmers' cooperative to mechanize their agricultural activity. He emphasized on the farmers to increase food production for commercial purpose. I and your minister here, I have given him 3 tractors last time to start with. What I will do now is to borrow one from him to be given to you. Meanwhile, the FAO country director Mshak Oguna urged the farmers to exploit available fertile land to their advantage to increase production. He also pledged to increase on the support to the farmers to mechanize their farms for commercial agricultural production.
So we'll make sure that the group gets an ox plow. And the inputs that you're going to receive, we expect that you increase your production. There are 2 types of farmers that we are requesting from FAO. Because God has blessed you with good land and soil, we want progressive farmers. The progressive farmer produces not only for himself but for the market.
The Green and Resilient Agriculture and Climate Economic Project marked one of Lake State's fully funded agricultural project being implemented by FAO to increase on agricultural production in the state. The 4-year project is expected to run till 2029 with an objective of supporting food production in the state beside adding value for commercial purpose. Honorable Poth Majak is Lake State's Minister for Agriculture and Forestry. Choibet is one of the counties in Lake State that has accepted cultivation. Because you have accepted cultivation, some good things have come through God without your knowledge. And now we have a 4-year program being implemented by FAO.
South Sudan joined the rest of the world in marking the World Environment Day with a strong call to end plastic pollution. Speaking at the commemorative event in Juba, Minister of Environment and Forestry Josephine Napon Cosmas emphasized the urgent need to combat plastic pollution, citing that an estimated 73% of the country's solid waste is plastic. She urged citizens to reduce their plastic footprint by avoiding single-use plastics, using reusable alternatives, and participating in local cleanup campaigns. The minister also praised community organizations and volunteers who are actively working to clean rivers and raise awareness, calling on more citizens to join the efforts.
Our rivers and land are not just resources. They are the lifeblood of our communities. They sustain our families, provide for our livelihoods, and support our rich biodiversity. However, as we all know, plastic waste poses a significant threat to these essential ecosystems. They clog our waterways, harms wildlife, and ultimately impacts our health. Today, I urge everyone to take action. Let us commit to reducing our plastic footprints. This can begin with simple steps in our daily lives, using reusable bags.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry is preparing to construct a modern, state-of-art headquarters along the Juba-Yei Road to streamline and enhance its operation. The development follows a meeting between National Minister of Trade, Atong Kwal Manyang, and the Managing Director of Skyline Construction, Samir Nasur. The meeting focused on evaluating the design framework for the upcoming building project. According to Minister Atong, the finalized project documentation will be presented to the President for approval and endorsement, paving the way for groundbreaking to begin.
The purpose of that presentation was for the Ministry of Trade building at Yei Road. The ministry has a plot located to the ministry in the past, and this construction company came to present a design, a 5-floor design for the ministry that will have over 100 offices for the ministry. And of course, we all know, as people of South Sudan, that the Skyline company is not new. It has already constructed Bilfarm building, the presidential villas, and other construction that are known within the Juba city. Therefore, it was important to listen to the presentation and see to it that all the members that were present in the meeting had their contributions, whether they had to add something or subtract something. And thereafter, the design itself was approved by all that attended, and we appreciated them for the job well done. Now the second phase is to look at the construction cost, and that one is something they are working on. And what is important about this project is that when I had the opportunity to meet His Excellency the President of the Republic of South Sudan, General Salva Kiir Mayardit, I brought it to His Excellency's attention, the plan on construction of the ministry building.
We are Skyline, we are here to give a brief summary for the new Ministry of Trade and Industry that will be held there in Jabat. We did our presentation and we did for the site layout and the floor layout. As you know, we Skyline, we did the Ministry of Defense and Bilfarm Road. So we will hope always the best for South Sudan and for the coming development.
The Ministers of Gender, Child and Social Welfare from the states and administrative areas, as well as Directors Generals, are in Juba validating South Sudan's Child Participation Framework document. The program, organized by the government, supported by Save the Children, aims at promoting the rights of children and young people. Abata Simon has a report.
The program is set to portray the concern that there is nothing for the children without the children's participation. The acting National Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Esther Ikere Elozai, urged all levels of governments, communities and other stakeholders to adhere to the call of addressing challenges on child effectively through inclusive participation.
We are promoting it at the national, at the state, at the counties, and then now with the schools. That will make a positive impact in this country. You will be able to see that if this structure is established, we will have children having the platform to sit, discuss their issues, and address concerns that affect them in the country.
The country director of Save the Children South Sudan office, Christopher Nyamandi, asked all stakeholders to child development to act now for better children.
We can develop all the guidelines and policies, but it is you who will make the implementation work. We can spend time talking in Juba, in Wau, in Bor, in the capitals, but it is in the counties, it is in the Ayams, where the work is going to really happen.
The representative of States and Administrative Areas Ministers of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Rose Anyang Deng, who is also a State Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare for Warrap State, urged all parents and any adults in a given society to support children both mentally and physically.
We will own it and practice it because the country is ours and the children also belong to us. Regardless the challenges that we have to stand firm and have a roof and trust in our soul that no one should come and change for us the nations. It is all our responsibility.
The children representative, Jock Ajit Solomon, asked leaders and parents to support the children grow with all that is good for them.
We are also able to create a room with children that know who they are and the value they hold. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have a generation that is being well taken care of, we are most likely creating a world or a future that we are not able to keep for children.
The all-over purpose of this framework is to ensure better levels of participation of children across all settings so that their rights to participate in matters affecting their lives is fulfilled.
Reopening of the National Parliament, initially scheduled for the 9th of June, has been postponed until further notice. Parliamentary spokesperson Oliver Mori Benjamin confirmed the development to the media, citing what he described as technical reasons beyond the institution's control. However, he assured the public that efforts are underway to ensure the House reconvenes in the nearest possible time.
Parliament was scheduled to resume its sittings next Monday, the 9th of June 2025. But due to some technical reasons, we regret to announce that the opening on Monday, the 9th of June, will not take place as scheduled. The opening will be communicated to you in a later date. So let the public and the members of Parliament know this, and it is also an opportunity for them to travel to Juba so that they will be ready for the opening, and the date will be.
Authorities in Central Equatorial State and Juba County have officially inaugurated 53-kilometer road in Jukokwe North residential area of Lokile Payam. The infrastructure project is expected to drive development and ease congestion within the state capital Juba. Stewart Abugo has more in the following report.
The new network of roads cuts through the sprawling Jukokwe North residential area. Local officials are optimistic about the roads not only connecting communities but also stimulating development and relieving pressure on existing settlements in Juba.
On behalf of His Excellency the Governor and the Deputy Governor, this step is very important because it is going to help the state government to decongest the Juba city, which is having a lot of issues to do with the settlement. Lands that have been demarcated are handed over to the rightful owners so that they can start to make development in the area.
Juba County Commissioner Emmanuel Tetes Bon says road development is a core mandate of the Commissioner Office.
The siyasa tat hakumat wilaya wanehna fi county binanefi siyasa tat hakumat wilaya under the leadership of His Excellency General Agustino Jadala. Fatashawari da hadaf مشروع بتاعنا في جوبا كاونتي أنا هدرنا نعمل منطقة لوكيليري وخاصة النسيتو اريا شوارع بتاعه كله يفتحوه.
وإحنا بدنا نناشد من هنا كل الناس المواطنين بتاعنا اللي هزيوا بأوطان في اريا ده بالذات في منطقة شمال نسيتو إنهم الكمل الإجراءات طوالي إحنا هنخش في سجون التسليم بتاعت أراضي نعمل شوين ولسه ما كمل الإجراءات إحنا بدنا نناشدهم هم يجوا يكملوا الإجراءات بتاعهم عشان برضو يسلموهم.
And in a significant move to enhance local services, authorities at the ceremony also officially handed over a Land Cruiser ambulance to Lokile Payam. This vital resource is expected to greatly facilitate emergency medical response and improve overall healthcare access for residents in this developing area. In another development, Central Equatorial State Security Committee, chaired by the Deputy Governor Paulino Lukudu-Obede, formally calls upon the State Ministry of Health to closely oversee medical clinics within the state to guarantee they uphold operational standards.
A number of clinics opened within the Juba City Council, Juba County, are not to the level that the Ministry of Health recommends. Therefore, we are calling the Ministry of Health, Central Equatorial State, to make a thorough review of these clinics within Juba City or Juba County. Thirdly, most of our payams are going without police, and we recommend highly the Ministry of Interior, with the collaboration, Commissioner for Police, Central Equatorial State, to look into it, that serious deployment of police forces to enhance law.
For SSBC News, is Stewart Abugola Soba reporting.
Chief Administrator Stephen Owewdi Malek inspected developmental projects in Lake Nor County on Tuesday. In a statement to SSBC, Malek says government has provided fuel for farming activities to ensure success of this year's agricultural season, calling on the people of Lake Nor to embark on agriculture to fight hunger and promote food security in the area. The Chief Administrator also urged communities to live in peace.
Workshop ta Legno talata haja ukege siyasar ka hukuma siyasar ka hukuma di ku siyasar ka harka shabiya ku siyasar ka junub ku siyasar Salva Kiir mayadi amni wa salam iza fizol benyaka mahagazol nugulu la lo fizol le reguli hakuy na ishawa anena na ish ayen na ga nugulu o koy ruwen sanada ke lazim bugda intaj anji jas bay 30,000 liter 128 barmil chu bay ke majan chen wen wej kutudo fi malat pur baburatin en ki agarak gor palat birar ba ku jagem dio babur ke majan chen go wej kutudo fi hadab koy ke yen logo sa bu ko logo sa fana ki menay dong we pay kwena bawlu rakas fiu na der gulu alim mabru kabir legno taban lo fiya wal nas al fata gumriya wan kulektin ba kimiya kabir ke legno o ganena shabata ruwen nena shabata salam derina isu fi salam e risala dres Salva Kiir mayadi da ki Kiir maya gwi kwa ki kwene ye nan ki wi ba junu be dang nam tong e lazim nena da gib risala bitaw.
Government, in collaboration with the World Health Organization, launched vaccination campaign in Warab State to prevent acute diarrhea caused by rotavirus among children. The State Information Minister, Mamir Bath, thanked partners for supporting health service delivery in the state. Bath assured the government's commitment to collaborate with health agencies to enhance health services.
On my own behalf, allow me to register my utmost greeting to you all. I'm glad to have been honored to officiate the launching of this vaccination campaign. The pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, PCV. Our community is still battling with various diseases. One of them is pneumonia. We should be grateful to our National Ministry of Health and health partners, notably WHO.
The Apanal State Minister of Health, Zainab Yedjok Edward Ador, appeals to the people of Akoka County to follow preventive measures following cholera outbreak in the area. Speaking while inspecting cholera-affected areas in Akoka County, Zainab stressed that the ministry is making every effort to ensure the success of the cholera vaccination campaign. Akoka County Commissioner James Cholador appreciated the Ministry of Health for responding to the call of Akoka County authorities following the outbreak that led to the loss of 16 lives. World Health Organization Field Officer Dr. Emmanuel Timothy stressed the need to practice good hygiene, use clean drinking water and proper sanitation to prevent diarrhea. That brings us to the end of our news for tonight. On behalf of the English News Desk and the control room, I'm Jacqueline Perino, wishing you all the best.